One person really recently asked us, do you believe that God wants me to stay in an unhappy and sometimes abusive relationship? So, Dr. Kim, what would you say to this person?
Yeah, I would say I think the key word for me and what that person asked is the word abusive. And I
Mm,
just feel from counseling couples and people for all the years, no one should stay in an environment that is unsafe for them. Abuse is
mm,
against the law. And there's nothing unbiblical that I see about separating from an abuser. I was looking through the Oklahoma law on it. And uh, just to quote a little bit of it, said when spouses use physical violence, threats, emotional abuse, harassment, or stalking to control the behavior of their partners, they are committing domestic violence.
mm,
So no one has the right, goes on to say, no one has the right to hit or threaten you with violence. If they do, they're breaking the law.
mm,
And so I think they're also the deal about, the laws are there in place for a reason.
mm,
And I think God's clear that he wants us to honor the laws of the land. And I think I think people get confused sometimes and
mm,
think that they're just supposed to stay in no matter what. But I would encourage this person to separate
mm.
and to then take whatever next steps need to be taken.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that just hurts my heart to read this question. Even just the implication that they believe that's what God wants for them is very, very sad. Because I
I,
agree. That's not the heart of marriage.
No, I didn't know. When you look at how God defines marriage and the
Mhm.
closeness and the intimacy and all the things, when you read through Song of Solomon, where God gives us such a picture of not only the physical relationship, but the relationship they have and how they care about each other, there's
Mhm.
just there's no room for abuse. I mean, they're just
Mm-mm.
not. I don't see anywhere in there, even though I don't think it specifically addresses a spouse being abusive to another
Mm.
spouse. I think with everything else around that, it gives us the picture of that's not right. That's against what God wants in marriage. That is not God's definition of marriage. And if
Mhm.
you're not safe, you have the right to separate
Mhm.
and to get yourself safe and your children safe.